Okay, so recording's in progress. Paul, welcome. I gave Karina a little bit of background on who you are. So she knows who you are. She also knows the other registrants that had signed up, and I'll be sending them the link after this if they have been unable to attend. So I'm going to turn this over to Karina. Karina, if you want to talk, I know we just talked a little bit about SMPDC, but if you want to talk a little bit about that and then go into the program, that would be awesome.
Great, yes. Hi, everyone. My name is Karina Grader. I'm the Sustainability Coordinator for SMPDC, or Southern Maine Planning and Development Commission. And I have the pleasure to talk to you all today about energy efficiency for Maine businesses in general, why it's important, and also some opportunities for funding energy efficiency improvements and doing energy assessments for your businesses. So yes, I did talk to Alice a bit about the background of Southern Maine Planning and Development Commission, but for those who are listening to this recording, Southern Maine Planning and Development Commission is a nonprofit based out of Saco, Maine. We serve York County and Southern Oxford County, and we are run by 39 member municipalities administered through an executive committee to help strengthen municipal government and advocate on behalf of communities as a whole. And in addition to helping municipalities themselves, we help the communities and the residents and businesses within those communities leverage resources, and we work to identify, investigate, and address regional issues. And this really spans a bunch of different areas of focus, including land use planning, economic development, transportation planning, and more recently, the issues of sustainability and resilience for our region. So you may have interacted with SMPDC in the past through some of our grants and loan programs for small businesses. But we're increasingly trying to work with the business community and work on economic development throughout the region. So the reason why Alice invited me here today was to share with you all about the topic of energy efficiency. What is it and why it's important for our small businesses and local business owners in Maine to think about. You're probably familiar with the concept of energy efficiency, but it's simply just using less energy to perform the same task. So eliminating energy waste in your day-to-day operations in your business. So example, if you are using heating oil to heat your business day to day and you insulate your building so that you are wasting less heat out into the environment and don't have to use as much energy to heat your building, that's an energy efficient measure. If you are turning your lights off at night so that the building is not using as much electricity when no one is in it, that's also increasing your energy efficiency. So there's a bunch of different reasons why it matters, and probably an important reason for many businesses is that energy efficiency can help you increase your profits. It can help you save money. So when you use less energy, your utility bills will be lower, perhaps your operating costs will be lower, and so that overall increases your profits. And then also an energy efficient building is viewed as more valuable. So if you're a property owner, it could increase your rental income or the overall property value by having a more efficient building that reduces utility costs for whoever might be using it. Equally important for why energy efficiency matters is that it reduces your business's environmental impacts. So we all know that heating oil, electricity, propane, they all aren't great for the environment, and particularly fossil fuels release greenhouse gas emissions that are harmful for the environment and for people. And so by decreasing your energy use or by switching your energy use to more environmentally friendly fuels like solar power, then you can reduce greenhouse gas emissions, decrease the amount of pollutants being emitted into the environment, and so reduce the environmental impacts of your business. And then our final reason for why energy efficiency matters is that being energy efficient and being environmentally friendly is a great way to promote your business. A lot of today's consumers are really concerned about sustainability, the values of your company, and whether your company is viewed as green or not. So by increasing your energy efficiency and promoting that, you can enhance the marketability of your products and services. It's a great brand image, particularly with those environmentally conscious consumers. And in the background is just a photo of Maine Beer Company, which has made a lot of press and gained a lot of popularity because of their focus on reducing their energy use and switching to all renewable energy. So where can you and your business get started with energy efficiency? There are a lot of low-cost energy efficiency actions that you can undertake today pretty easily and with not a lot of investment. The first one is to weatherize your facilities or your buildings. Weatherizing is just sealing air leaks and adding insulation to prevent air leakage from your building. So insulating your building better. And that can help you reduce heating costs and cooling costs in your building and save energy. Another low-cost energy efficiency action is lighting. Switching all your lighting to LEDs is a really great way to reduce energy use and very quickly and make a quick return on your investment in that new lighting. And also making sure lights are turned off when not in use. So that could either be encouraging your employees to turn off lights at the end of the day, or else installing occupancy sensors that turn off lights when folks aren't in the building are great ways to make sure you're not using electricity when no one is benefiting from it. And then a final low-cost energy efficiency action is to install programmable thermostats or Wi-Fi thermostats that can apply limits and turn down your heating or cooling when the building is unoccupied. So an example of that is on the weekends, you could have your heat turned down to 55 if no one is in the building, or at night you could turn the heat down. And those Wi-Fi thermostats are great too, because you can adjust the heating and cooling settings on your phone from your house. So it's also a great way to check on your building when you're not there to make sure, say during a storm, your heating and cooling systems don't go out. So if you're not sure where to get started with energy efficiency actions, or you want a better understanding of which ones will have the biggest impact, a great thing to do is to have an energy audit done for your buildings. An energy audit or an energy assessment is a comprehensive facility and energy review. It analyzes all aspects of a building's energy use, such as your space heating and cooling, lighting systems, other power systems, your plug and process loads, and the building envelope or that insulation. And how an energy audit is done is usually an energy auditor who's an engineer or a certified energy auditor can come out to your building, look at all your different equipment. They also look at your historical energy use, and they can provide this comprehensive assessment. It provides a clear breakdown of how, where, and when electricity or other energy is used in your facility. And then it includes the recommended energy efficiency measures, as well as recommended funding and costs of those measures, to identify what next steps you and your business could take to maximize long-term cost savings and minimize energy consumption. So it's really provides you with that roadmap of how to make your building more energy efficient and the most cost-effective way to do so. So if an energy audit sounds like a good idea to you and might be a good fit for your business, we at SMPDC have a grant-funded energy audit program specifically for small businesses and agricultural businesses in York County in southern Maine. Through this program, we have grant funding to provide you with low-cost energy audits. So you receive a grant for 75% of the cost of the energy audit. And then you are only required to pay 25% of the cost. So a huge discount to get an energy audit completed for your facility. And all you have to do is be eligible as a for-profit business and be a small business or an agricultural producer in the region. And for these grants, we have no formal application. We just require a phone call interview And then the funding is first come, first served. So we are using up all the funding until it's gone, but it's super easy to apply. For the energy audits, if we do have an energy audit consultant that we work directly with and are happy to do the work of arranging an energy audit between you and the consultant and making sure that process goes smoothly. But if you know of a energy assessment company you're already familiar with, or you have worked with in the past, we can also help provide you that grant for the energy audit company of your choice, as long as they meet our basic qualification criteria. So that's it for what I have to share. Our energy audit program is, we have funding through the next year. So if you're interested in the energy audit, please reach out to me. I will share all these links with Alice so that she can share them with you all and your members. You can email me to learn more, or we have a webpage on our website, smpdc.org/energy audit. And then once you know what energy efficiency improvements you want to make in your businesses, there's lots of funding available for doing those and reducing the costs. Efficiency Maine has a commercial and industrial prescriptive incentive program. So that just provides cash incentives or immediate rebates on things like LED lighting, installing heat pumps in your buildings, refrigeration and controls, ventilation and controls. There's lots of different ones. So you can explore their website for the different incentives that are available. If you have a larger project that is sort of custom and goes beyond those smaller scale incentives, you can apply for funding for the whole project through their custom program. And then also, if you receive one of our energy audits, you are eligible to apply for a U.S. Department of Agriculture Rural Energy for America program grant or loan. And those are larger grants and loans for specific energy efficiency improvements. And they also have ones for renewable energy systems as well. And then finally, since we also are all, it's also common for folks who are concerned about energy use in their businesses to also be concerned about energy use in their homes. I also will share some links about energy efficiency Maine's resources for homeowners. There's a lot of different incentives for homeowners as well for things like insulation, heat pumps, LED lighting again. So there's lots of incentives and resources for homeowners as well, if that's something you're interested in too. So that is it for me and my presentation. I don't know if that sparked any questions for the folks who are on the line or anything that I could describe in more detail, but there's lots of great resources out there. We're one of them, but also happy to connect folks with whatever questions they might have.
So I know Paul is driving. So Paul, if you either want to like unmute yourself and ask a quick question, go for it, or you can text me and I can ask it for you. And then we also had someone else join who's only visible as a telephone. So I'm not sure who you are, but hello, thank you for joining us. And if you have a question for Karina, go ahead and unmute yourself and ask the question. And in the meantime, Karina, I noticed you were talking about that your program is for for-profit businesses. Are there resources through Efficiency Maine for nonprofits? Because we have a number of nonprofits that are also chamber members.
That's a great question. I believe that, well, our energy audit program isn't for nonprofits. I believe that all of Efficiency Maine's at work incentives are also eligible for nonprofits as well. So their rebates on heat pumps or LED lighting, nonprofits are eligible for. And they might even have, they might have special nonprofit programs like enhanced incentives. I know that there are, this is for electric vehicles, there are enhanced rebates for certain nonprofits that are above and beyond what a normal business or homeowner would get. But I would have to look into their website more to be sure.
And can you speak a little bit about Efficiency Maine and what that organization is? Is it part of state of Maine government? Is it an independent nonprofit? You can tell me a little bit more about that. That'd be awesome.
Yeah. So Efficiency Maine, I believe it's a trust run through the state government. And so it's the administrator for all the state's programs to improve energy efficiency, reduce greenhouse gas emissions. So They have a bunch, their big thing is they provide a lot of information and resources to homeowners, to businesses about energy efficiency. And then they also provide a lot of rebates or grant programs. So for example, they recently ran a grant program for businesses to install electric vehicle chargers, and businesses could apply to that. So they're just like the state's hub of resources related to all things energy efficiency in Maine. So anytime the state has money to give out regarding energy efficiency, it's always run through Efficiency Maine.
That's a great, because I was going to ask you about homeowner tips as well. So it's just knowing that that's a resource that homeowners can use.
Yeah, they have tons of information about all the different, equipment you could get, how to evaluate different heat pumps. And also one really valuable resource they have is they have a database of all of the contractors who are eligible to do this work for you and get you the rebates. So say you want to install insulation in your house and you want to know that you'll get an Efficiency Maine rebate for that installation, you can go on their website and search their contractors, and you can see which ones do insulation and will help you get that rebate. So it's a great way to connect to providers in your area if you're not familiar with, who does that work near you.
Awesome. So yeah, so if you can send me your deck, and that way I'll have the links that I can share with our members. And then I'll also rerun the flyer about the energy audit program and the newsletter for the next few weeks as businesses are starting to ramp up and get ready for the winter. I mean, I was distracted, getting ready for the summer.
Yeah.
Really start to get busy. I guess April's a huge ramp up for businesses that are seasonal. And so, hopefully I can get this onto their radar screen so that they can incorporate it as part of their summer planning.
Yep, spring and fall are definitely the best times to do energy efficiency measures, especially right now for if you're doing an energy audit. Spring's a great time because you're using your heat. So it's really easy for them to use a camera and see like all the places in your building where air is leaking out and how to tighten it up. So this is the time to do it for sure before the summer season comes in.
Awesome. Well, I know Paul texted me and said he didn't have any questions and says thank you for all the tips and lots to follow up on. Oh, and we have a question.
Hi.
So, hi, how are you?
Hi, this is Ed. I'm sorry for getting into the meeting late. I thought it was 10:30. My apology. I heard that it's recorded. Is this something that I can listen to later?
Yeah, Ed, because you had registered for the meeting, so I have your contact information. So I'll send you the link right after the meeting.
Okay, thank you. Because I'm sure you may have answered some of the questions that I have, and if I have anything else, I will just reach out. But thank you for having this.
Awesome. Well, thanks for joining us. Appreciate it. All right, Karina, thank you. And I'll make sure that we have your resources available for our members. And appreciate your time this morning. Thank you very much.
Great, thanks. Thanks for having me as well.
All right. All right. Thank you, Paul. Thank you, Ed, for joining us.
Thank you.
Okay, have a good day, everybody. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye-bye.